athletes at the Skelton start. There'll be a 60-second ice box today. 60-second ice box. Two-minute warning for our first of 4 4-runner sleds. 2-minute warning. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for our first of 4 4-runner sleds. Sled in track from the Skelton start. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for our second of 4 4-runner sleds. Sledding track from the Skelton start. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for our third of 4 4-runner sleds. Sledding track from the Skelton start. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for our fourth and final 4-runner sled. Sledding track from the Skelton start. Attention spectators trackside, welcome out to the Utah Olympic Park. We will be back to racing in just a few minutes. We are here for USA Skeleton Selections Race 4. First, we're going to have the women's race. 5 competitors in today's women's race. It's going to be Sarah Roderick, Katie Eulander, Kendall Wessenberg, Kelly Curtis, Michelle Toucan. Big shout out to track crew for getting the ice all prepped for today's race. And a big shout out to our forerunners for helping us get this race started. Spectators, just a few safety reminders. There's no standing, climbing, or leaning over any fences or barricades that surround the track. Metal grates, wooden decks that surround the track are for coaches and athletes only. No spectators on those wooden decks or metal grates that surround the track. Best place to spectate is going to be Curve 12. Got the shades open for spectating. Curve 12, that's at the top of the lower loop. This will be a 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning for Sarah Roderick at the Skelton start. 2-minute warning. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Sarah Roderick. Sled in track from the Skelton start. Katie Eulander, stand by please. We are back to racing here in Park City, Utah. USA Skeleton Selections Race 4. First on the ice, Sarah Roderick. Start time 4.94 seconds. Got a clean 1, 2, 3. Right now headed into the labyrinth at 80.6 miles an hour. Maybe have some slightly different track conditions today over yesterday. Sarah Roderick took second place in yesterday's race. She's going to be looking to set a high bar. Comes through low point climbing for 15. Downtime for Sarah Roderick, 50.25 seconds. 50.25. 4 sliders remain. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Katie Eulander. Sled in track from the Skelton start. Kendall Wessenberg, stand by please. In the track, Katie Eulander, start time 5.15 seconds. That puts her 3/10 behind the pace. Makes her way through curve 4. Nice clean exit out of 4, right down the middle through the 5-6 straightaway. Still about 3/10 behind the pace. Let's see what her speed is coming out of curve 7. 81.5 miles an hour. She's gaining quarter second behind the pace now through the curve 11, now into the Olympic curve 12. Dinger 13, only a tenth behind the pace as she comes out of curve 14, still holding on to 78.5 miles an hour. She's ahead. Quarter second ahead as she crosses the finish line, 49.99. 49.99. We have a new leader, Katie Eulander, 49.99. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Kendall Wessenberg. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Kelly Curtis, stand by please. Bringing down sled number 3, Kendall Wessenberg. Start time 5.32 seconds. Through 1, 2, 3. Now into curve 4. Quarter second behind the pace. Comes out of curve 4, 5, now 6. Nice line out of 6 and 7. 3/10 behind the pace, 81.2 miles an hour. Nice line right down the middle through the 10-11 straightaway, coming out of 11. Have the toes down maybe, a little bit out of 12. Holding on to 76.7 miles an hour through low point. 7/10 behind the pace, crossing the finish line, 58.8. 58.8. That puts her in third place unofficially at this time. Kendall Wessenberg, 50.88. 2 sleds remain. This first heat. USA Skeleton Selections Race 4. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Kelly Curtis. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Michelle Toucan, stand by please. The track, we have Kelly Curtis, start time 5.10 seconds. She's a tenth of a second ahead of the pace. She heads through curve 4. Now in the 5-6 straightaway, 7/100ths ahead of the pace. She's losing her lead a little bit. 81 miles an hour, not quite as much speed as Katie Eulander was able to find at our first speed track. Kelly Curtis coming through curve 12. She's behind 400ths. Will she be able to find some speed in the lower loop? Ooh, a little brush in low point. That's going to cost her. Where will she land in the standings? 50.31 seconds. 53.1. Puts her in third place. 6/100ths of a second behind Sarah Roderick. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Michelle Toucan. Sled and track from the Skelton start. Our final sled for Heat 1, USA Skeleton Selections Race 4. Michelle Toucan, start time 5.09 seconds. That puts her a tenth ahead of the pace. Let's see if she can hold on to it. She makes her way out of curve 4 into curve 5. Now 500ths ahead of the pace. What's her speed? 81.1 miles an hour. She's neck and neck now with Katie Eulander. Katie Eulander had that 49.99. She's our current leader. 49.99 is the time to beat. Now back by 800ths. Michelle Toucan coming out of curve 14. Nice line right down the middle through low point, climbing our final curve. That's curve 15. Get across the finish line 50.45 seconds. Puts her back in 4th place, unofficially. So to recap, after our first heat, your unofficial top 3. In 3rd, we have Kelly Curtis. She had a 50.31. In 2nd, we have Sarah Roderick with the 52.5. And your leader after the first heat, Katie Eulander, 49.99. 49.99. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning for Austin Florian at the Skeleton start. 2-minute warning. Attention athletes at the Skeleton start. Got a quick run out today, quick run out. So break early, break hard. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Austin Florian. Sled and track from the Skeleton start. Andrew Whittier, stand by, please. We're back to racing. Heat 1. Men's USA Skeleton Selection Race 4. First in the track, Austin Florian. Start time, 4.54 seconds. That's 400ths off of the track record. Austin Florian put on quite the show yesterday with a great first run, and he followed it up with an excellent second run as well, taking home first place. He'll set a high bar on this first run. Good-looking lines. He's at 81.8 miles an hour. Maybe a small touch in low point. We'll see how that affects his downtime. Crossing the finish line, 49.17. 49.17 for Austin Florian. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Andrew Whittier. Sledding track from the Skeleton start. Daryl Payne, stand by please. The track, we have Andrew Whittier. Start time 4.61 seconds, another really fast start time. Got 7 sleds in this first heat. Men's USA Selection Race 4. Andrew Whittier coming through the labyrinth now at 80.7 miles an hour. Puts him back about 0.3 of a second. Comes through curve 11. Little high out of 11, puts him into the wall. Sliders left before 12. He's able to get it under control by the exit of curve 13. Big hit out of low point, coming out of 14. 50.75 seconds, 57.5 for Andrew Whittier. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Daryl Payne. Sledding track from the Skeleton start. Nicholas Tucker, stand by please. The track, Daryl Payne, start time 4.69 seconds. Back about a quarter second after curve 3. Headed into 4. Nice line through 4, 5 into 6. What's the speed? 80.2 miles an hour. Heads into the labyrinth curve. Nice line through the 10-11 straightaway. Back about half a second. Heads through curve 12, the Olympic curve. Through 13, Dinger. Still holding on to 75 miles an hour. He exits curve 14. Now up the final curve of the track, crossing the finish line, 54.5, 54.5. Daryl Payne Jr. in second place this time. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Nick Tucker. Sledding track from the Skeleton start. Hunter Williams, stand by please. In the track, Nick Tucker, start time 4.78 seconds. Curve 3. Nice line through the 3-4 straightaway. Out of 5. Now 6. Good line out of 6. 81.7 miles an hour. About half a second behind the pace, but he's holding right there at half a second. Now coming through the 10-11 straight. Out of 11. Little bump out of 11. Going to affect his downtime. Nice line out of 13. Still holding on to 76.9 miles an hour. Crosses low point. 49.86. 49.86. That puts him in second place at this time. Nicholas Tucker, 49.86. Your leader is still Austin Florian. That's the time to beat the 49.17. 49.17. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Hunter Williams. Sled and track from the Skelton start. Sam Allred, stand by please. In the track we have Hunter Williams, start time 4.65 seconds. It's through curve 3. Right down the middle through 3-4 straightaway. Clean exit out of 4. He's only 2/10 behind the pace. If he can find some speed in the lower loop. 81.6 miles an hour. Still 2/10 behind the pace. Nice clean line through the 10-11 straightaway. Perfect exit out of 11. About 3/10 behind the pace now. Comes out of curve 13. That's Dinger. A little bit sideways through low point. Half a second behind the pace. He's going to cross the finish line. 49.81. 49.81. That puts him in second. Hunter Williams, 49.81. 49.81. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Sam Allred. Sled and track from the Skelton start. Daniel Barefoot, stand by please. Sam Allred in the track. Start time 4.68 seconds. They had a little touch at the bottom of the ramp there. That puts him back about 0.5 of a second, half a second behind the pace. Where will he be in the standings? 80.2 miles an hour through the 10-11 straightaway. Big hit, sliders left through that 10-11 straightaway. Another little tap out of curve 11. Little trouble out of 13 and a few bumps in low point, but he's holding on and he's going pretty quick, 69 miles an hour through low point. Get across the finish line, Sam Allred, 51.98, 51.98. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Daniel Barefoot. Sled and track from the Skelton start. Looks like Daniel Barefoot may have popped the groove there on the ramp. A little bit of trouble getting onto his sled. Those early mistakes cost you big on this track. Daniel Barefoot bringing down the last sled for Heat 1 of USA Skeleton Selection Race 4. Start time, 5.62 seconds. He's currently almost 2.5 seconds behind the pace. Got to get lots of momentum at the top to carry you down through the track. Going 80.4 miles an hour. Still back almost 3 seconds as he exits curve 14. Now climbing the final curve. He's going to cross the finish line. 52.03. 52.03. Daniel Barefoot. Just to recap, after Heat 1 and USA Skeleton Selection Race 4, your unofficial top 3, we've got Nicholas Tucker in third. He did a 49.86. In second place, Hunter Williams with a 49.81. And in first, your leader after the first heat, Austin Florian with a 49.17. Attention spectators trackside, there's going to be a brief pause in sliding. The group Heat 2. Attention athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators trackside. This is a 20-minute warning. 20-minute warning. We'll send our first of 2 Forerunner sleds before Heat 2. 15-minute warning, 15-minute warning to our first of two Forerunner sleds. 15-minute warning. Athletes, there will be a 30-second ice box for this second heat. 30-second ice box. 10-minute warning, 10-minute warning for our first of two Forerunner sleds. 10-minute warning. It's a 5-minute warning, 5-minute warning. Our first of two Forerunner sleds. Athletes, there'll be a 30-second ice box, 30-second ice box for this second. Once again, 5-minute warning, 5-minute warning to our first of two Forerunner sleds. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning for our first of 2 4Runner sleds. 2-minute warning. Attention, spectators trackside, we want to welcome you out to the Utah Olympic Park. Just about a minute away from sending our first 4Runner sled. Just a few safety reminders. No standing, climbing, or leaning over any fences or barricades that surround the track. No flash photography to mess with the athletes. Please do not enter the track surface for any reason. That's for your safety and the safety of our athletes. Enjoy your time here at the Utah Olympic Park. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for our first of 2 4Runner sleds. Sledding track from the Skelton start. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for our second and final 4Runner sled. Sledding track from the Skelton start. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning for Michelle Toucan at the Skeleton start. 2-minute warning. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Michelle Toucan. Sledding track from the Skeleton start. Kelly Curtis, stand by please. Got 4 competitors for Heat 2. Women's USA Skeleton selection, race 4. In the track, Michelle Toucan, start time 5.13 seconds. Her first run, she did a 54.5, 80.8 miles an hour. 11 straightaway, nice clean line. Good out of curve 11. Foot down out of curve 12. Looks like she's able to get it under control for low point, that long straightaway at the bottom of the track. Climbing 15, Michelle Toucan's going to cross the finish line 51.10. 51.10. That gives her a combined downtime 1 minute 4:1:55. 1 minute 4:1:55. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Kelly Curtis. Sledding track from the Skeleton start. Sarah Roderick, stand by please. The track, we have Kelly Curtis, start time 5.09 seconds. Her first run, she did a 53.1. She needs a 51.24 to hold on to her position, not drop any positions. 51.24. She's a quarter second ahead of that pace. Heads through the labyrinth at 80.8 miles an hour. Still a quarter second ahead of the pace. Out of curve 10 into 11. Nice line through 11 into the Olympic curve. Now Dinger. Great exit out of Dinger. She's 0.3 ahead of the pace. Little touch, sliders right, then again on sliders left through low point. Crossing the finish line, Kelly Curtis, 56.0. 56.0, combined downtime, 1 minute, 4091. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Sarah Roderick. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Katie Ulander, stand by please. Track, Sarah Roderick, 4.97 second start time. Last run, she did a 52.5. 52.5. She needs a 56.6 to hold on to her position. She's a quarter second ahead of the pace. Quarter second ahead of the pace of the 56.6 that she needs. Hold on to her position. Nice line through the 10-11 straightaway, 80.4 miles an hour. About 2/10 ahead of the pace now, dropping back 1500ths. 1500ths ahead of the pace. Is it going to be enough to hold on to her position? Now 1100ths as she heads through low point. Climbing 15. It's enough. It's enough. 54.3. 54.3 for Sarah Roderick. Combined down time, 1 minute, 46.8. New leader, Sarah Roderick, 1 minute, 46.8. One sled remains for Heat 2 with Skeleton Selection, race number 4. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Katie Ulander. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Bringing down the final sled for Heat 2 is Katie Ulander. She had the fastest time for Heat 1 with 49.99. Looking to take home another first place. She needs a 56.9. 56.9. Take home the top spot. She's 1600ths behind that pace. Katie Ulander has a way of getting some speed in the lower loop of this track. 80.7 miles an hour through 10-11. She's now only back 400ths. 400ths as she comes through 13 Dinger. Now 14, 78 miles an hour, and she's 700ths ahead of the pace as she climbs 15, crossing the finish line. Katie Ulander, 54.8. 54.8 for Katie Ulander. Combined downtime, 1 minute, 44.7. Recap after 2 heats. Race 4, women's skeleton selection race. Top 4 in 4th, Michelle Toucan, 1 minute 41.55. In 3rd, Kelly Curtis, 1 minute 49.1. In 2nd, Sarah Roderick with a 1 minute 46.8. Your leader after 2 heats, Katie Ulander, 1 minute 44.7. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning. Or Daniel Barefoot at the Skeleton start. 2-minute warning. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Daniel Barefoot. Sled in track from the Skelton start. Sam Allred, stand by please. We have 7 sleds for Heat 2. USA Skeleton Selection, race number 4. Daniel Barefoot in the track, start time 4.76 seconds. Comes out of curve 6. Nice line out of 6 into 7. 80.9 miles an hour. 80.9 miles an hour. Labyrinth. Nice line through 11. Good exit out of 11. Be a more technical curve on this track for the Skeleton athletes. That curve 11. Barefoot showing some skill. Nice line out of 14. 77 miles an hour. Climbs curve 15. Crossing the finish line 49.91. 49.91 for Daniel Barefoot. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Sam Allred. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Andrew Whittier, stand by please. The track, Sam Allred, start time 4.71 seconds. Comes through curve 3. Straight as an arrow through the 3-4 straightaway, right down the middle, right where you want to be. Good line out of 5 into 6. A little high coming out of 6, maybe tapping that wall, sliders right. He's able to get it under control, 78.4 miles an hour, maybe costing him a few miles per hour at our speed trap there. Good line through 12, 13, now into 14. Little tap out of 14, sliders right. Sam Allred crossing the finish line, 59.8, 59.8, giving him a combined down time, 1 minute, 4.296. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Andrew Whittier. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Darrell Payne, stand by please. Track, Andrew Whittier, start time 4.66 seconds. Fastest start time we've seen. Heat 2 so far. Andrew Whittier, top speed 80.3 miles an hour. Way through the 10-11 straightaway. This is looking like a good, clean run. Nice line out of 11 into the Olympic curve. Good exit out of 12. 13. He needs a 51.19 to hold on to his position. Definitely going to get that. We'll see where he lands. 54.5, 54.5 for Andrew Whittier. Combined down time 1 minute, 4:1:20. The track is now clear at the Skelton start. Darrell Payne Jr. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Nick Tucker, stand by, please. The track, Darrell Payne. Start time, 4.72 seconds. He needs a 57.5 to hold on to his position. Last run, Darrell Payne did a 54.5. 54.5. Coming out of curve 6. Beautiful exit. 79.4 miles an hour. He's now neck and neck with our current leader, Andrew Whittier, as he makes his way out of curve 11. Will he be able to find some speed in the lower loop? 2/10 behind the pace as he comes out of curve 13. Now 14. 74.8 miles an hour. I don't think that's going to be enough as he climbs curve 15, crossing the finish line. 58.1, 58.1. Putting him in second place, dropping one position. Darrell Payne, 1 minute, 4:1:26. 1 minute, 4:1:26. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Nick Tucker. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Hunter Williams, stand by, please. Track, Nick Tucker, start time 4:80. 4:80. He needs a 51.34. A 51.34. He's about a half a second ahead of that pace. Last run, he did a 49.86. 49.86. He might be looking to climb a position. In the labyrinth curves, 81.2 miles an hour. 0.8 ahead of the pace. Out of curve 11. Nice line. He's holding on to a lot of speed. 0.9 ahead of the pace out of 13. Into 14 now. 77.7 miles an hour. That sounds lucky. Climbing 15, 49.82, 49.82. Nicholas Tucker, combined downtime 1 minute, 3:9.68. 1 minute, 3:9.68. The track is now clear at the Skeleton start for Hunter Williams. Sled in track from the Skeleton start. Austin Florian, stand by, please. The track, Hunter Williams, start time 4:67. 4.67 seconds. He needs a 49.87. Hold on to his position, not drop any spots. He's a quarter second ahead of that pace. 49.87. What he needs to beat. Still about a quarter second ahead of that pace as he makes his way into the labyrinth at 81 miles an hour. 81 miles an hour. He's dropping a little bit. Now he's only 1900ths ahead of that pace. He comes out of 11 to 12. Nice line out of 12. 1500ths ahead of the pace. Will it be enough? 1500ths ahead of the pace. Now only 10. Now only 1000ths ahead of the pace into low point. 700ths now. Crossing the finish line. Not quite enough. 500ths. By 500ths, Hunter Williams, 49.92. 49.92 puts him in second with a 1 minute 39.73. 1 minute 39.73. Your leaders, Nicholas Tucker with the 1 minute 39.68. One sled remains. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Austin Florian. Sledding track from the Skelton start. The track, Austin Florian, start time 4:60. 4:60. Fastest start time in E2. He needs a 55-1. 55-1. Keep his position. 55-1. He's a full second ahead of that pace. Clean lines. Nice clean lines through the labyrinth. 80.9. Call it 81 miles an hour. 81 miles an hour. Coming at a curve 11. Now 12. Lines through 12. 13. Dinger. Through the shady thicket in low point. Final curve 15. Crossing the finish line. Austin Florian 49.48. 49.48. Gives him a combined downtime 1 minute 38.65. 1 minute 38.65. New leader Austin Florian 1 minute 38.65. 5 minute warning. 5 minute warning for Daniel Barefoot. 5 minute warning. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning for Daniel Barefoot at the Skelton start. 2-minute warning. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for Dan Barefoot. Sledding track from the Skelton start. Daniel Barefoot, downtime 51.3, 51.3. Recap men's USA Skeleton Selections Race 4 after 2 heats. Your unofficial top 3. In third, we have Hunter Williams, 1 minute 39.73. In second, Nick Tucker with a 1 minute 39.68. Your leader, unofficially after 2 heats, Austin Florian with a 1 minute 38.65. 2-minute warning, 2-minute warning for our first of 2 afterburner sleds. 2-minute warning. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for our first of 2 afterburners. Sledding track from the Skelton start. The track is now clear at the Skelton start for our second final afterburner sled. Sledding track from the Skelton start.